So, should whites be afraid of being kicked out of South Africa? I get a lot of queries, interestingly, on this topic. A lot of clients, a lot of people, a lot of commenters, a lot of subscribers are interested in knowing the situation for whites, particularly in South Africa. There have been a lot of news reports and incidences that have happened within the country in the past, because of which a lot of people hear a lot of stuff and they come up with these type of understandably they have certain queries or fears, if you will, regarding certain places. So I'm going to deep dive in this in a lot of detail because this is an important topic. We talk about South Africa a lot. I work with some real good white attorneys in South Africa. Fantastic situation as far as what I'm experiencing. But there are certain queries and people keep inquiring and they genuinely want to know what is the situation like and should you be afraid if you are considering South Africa for your plan B. Now, before I deep dive, now in case you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to turn on the bell notification and subscribe so you don't miss out on any latest updates regarding any of the residency programs. Now, I focus a lot in the Africas. There are a lot of great countries which have unique options for Plan B seekers. And as I learn more, as I connect more with the right legal experts, I come up with great content that can help you in your Plan B journey. So if you are subscribed and if you have turned the bell notification on, you should instantly get notified the moment there's a new video created from my side. Well, now, if you look at some of the instances that have happened, right, the pandemic has inflamed a lot of, it has triggered a lot of events around the world. You had the Black Lives Matters movement in the US. You had a lot of rallies and, some Asian protests in Canada. There were a lot of instances that were coming out of that country. Similarly, in South Africa, there was a lot of stuff that happened. There was protests and it went out of control and the situation was slightly shaky, just like it happens in any other major nation when you have a lot of people, a lot of population, especially historically. If a certain section of the population was suppressed, then there is always that backlash or outburst when the situation is bad. Pandemic was a bad example. A lot of crazy things happened which are now settling down and things are getting back to normal. Now, regarding white people being concerned in South Africa, well, when a protest happens, one crazy or couple of crazy instances happen. You had some stuff in Australia where Asian Asian students who went to study in Australia were attacked. People said, well, it's it's a racially motivated situation. That immediately subsided and still people move there, still people go there. Crazy accidents will keep happening. Crazy people will do crazy things in certain time frames. That doesn't mean that is the reality of the country. That doesn't mean it stays there forever. A lot of vloggers, white vloggers and bloggers who are traveling to South Africa, they're exploring South Africa, touring South Africa and producing some absolutely amazing and great content out of there. They don't face any issues. They have a very positive, very lovely experience of the country. And as I said, few bad instances, one or two bad instances get into the news. They become the headline and questionable people, motivated agencies, news agencies in some cases, and some vested interests will promote those headlines and try to tag it in a certain way and scare and fearmonger amongst the population, and then everyone is concerned, everyone goes crazy and starts believing that the country is racist or bad and all of that kind of nonsense. You got to ignore all of that crazy stuff. If you use common sense, right? If you take common sense precautions. And what are the common sense precautions? You pick the right rated hotels. If you're doing a temporary stay, you're checking out the country, getting started with your residency, doing some paperwork, exploring some options. You pick the right, great reviewed hotels. First way to start. The second thing to do is stick to the right neighborhoods, right? Neighborhoods that are known to have great deal of safety in place, and you do that in your home country as well. There's nothing new. There's no point in being stupid about this stuff. Be sensible, be smart. If there's a certain demographic that you prefer, then stick to those areas that makes you feel comfortable and safe. That's the second thing that you can do. Follow common sense. Don't go out at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. looking for hookers or soliciting certain kind of stuff that you shouldn't be doing in certain countries, certain areas. If you don't do a refrain from any of that kind of stuff, then you're using common sense and you should be perfectly fine. Now, regarding South Africa as a Plan B residency, I think the country is an excellent example of a Plan B choice. The safety situation is more or less the same as you would get in a lot of the Latin American countries, even the American countries, right? So nothing different there. No need to get scared. It's a beautiful, amazing country. Thousands of people go there, enjoy themselves, have fun. And they survive, and that's just doing fine. And if you are looking for a flexible residency where you're spending limited time, you should be the last person to worry about any of those situations. South Africa is not the only country. If you are a white and if you are a strong-hearted white, you're a brave person who uses common sense, then it works just fine. It's a perfect option. But if otherwise, there are other amazing residencies. Now, South Africa is a residency. It's a permanent residency, a flexible permanent residency. It can't get any better. The cost is $6,800. That's the amount to the government. There's some lawyer fees extra. And if you want to learn more about or get more details about the South African Plan B residency, I have discovered this extensively in my other videos. You can return and check this video. This talks about the entire South African residency option in a lot of detail. But if you are looking for something else, you're looking for some more exotic option in the Africas, you also have the Mauritian residency. Now, you can qualify for a Mauritian residency through investment. There are multiple routes. Again, I've extensively covered the entire Mauritian option in a lot of detail. If you have missed my Mauritian video, you can return and check this link. This talks about the entire process. In as less as $1,000 US, you can qualify for Mauritian permanent residencies, lawyer fees extra, of course. So that is a great option. And then there are several other options in the area that are very attractive as well. If you're interested, you can always click the link in the description, book a call with us. We can discuss specifically what you're looking for, what you're comfortable with, what's your appetite, and get you started with the right residency of your choice, which can then lead to your Plan B security in future. Let's say you're looking for citizenship, obviously you can use that to get there eventually. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make sure you're subbed, and catch you in the next one.